Hey guys, I'm Philip from Honda Resource. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode. So today, we're actually going to be putting some spark plugs on a 2004 to 2008 Honda Accord. This one right here is actually a 2006, but this process should be the same for all the four-cylinder versions from 2004 up to 2008. Also, this process should be the same for like Acura TSX, Acura RSX, Honda CR-V, pretty much any Honda four-cylinder from about the early 2000s to the mid to late 2000s. So in this, we're going to be using a set of NGK Iridium spark plugs. These are actually, this is the part number for them. There you go, that's the part number for them. Me personally, I don't recommend any other spark plug besides NGK or Denso. This car actually has 423,000 miles, so this thing has seen quite a few miles. It's in exceptional shape to have that many miles. I'm sure it's been repainted or something at some point in its life, because this thing is just entirely too clean to have 423,000 miles. But let's get to it. In this episode, I'm going to show you the tools you need, the parts you'll need, and to show you the know-how so that you can do it right at home in your driveway. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and comment, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you check out the website, hondaresource.com, for all your OEM Honda oils and fluids that you may need to keep your Honda up to par. All right, so this is the tools that I'm going to be using for this job. It's pretty straightforward, very minimal tools. So we have a 3/8 extension. This is about a 10-inch extension. We got a 3/8 ratchet, and this one's a flex head, so the head of it can move back and forth. But you don't need a flex head, just a ratchet. You'll need a 5/8 spark plug socket. Now, some of them have like a piece of rubber in here that holds the plug. This one is actually magnetic. It's available at AutoZone. And then I have a 10mm socket, and it'll also fit my ratchet. And then I have just a little Milwaukee impact here. Now, this one's not required for the job. I just use it to speed up the removal process and to put the spark plug cover back on. And then we have our spark plugs that we'll need for this job. This is the part number, and I got these at AutoZone. They're about 10 bucks a piece for four, so, or 10 bucks each. It's 4 plugs, so about 40 bucks. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is open the hood. Or some of you people may call it the bonnet. It's the hood here where I'm at. Now, on many Hondas, they have 2 separate locations for the hood prop to reside in. So we have this one, which is just like, hey, I got my hood up. And then we have the second one, which is back here. It's like a service mode. So it gives you a lot more accessibility to this. So let's go ahead and get our 10mm and start removing over here. Again, you can use a ratchet to do this. I'm just using this for the speed. All right, then we have one 10mm bolt right here that holds the power steering line on. Take it off. We've got 4 nuts up here. Some of them may have like a bolt right here. Same deal though. Yeah, see, that one has the bolt. Okay, so we got all those out. We'll take this off. Well, that's interesting. Someone has put Honda Bond on the plug connectors here. All right, so then we need to take out the 4 bolts that hold in the plug, or the coil packs. Typically, you would pull up on this and have a little tab on the connector here where you push it and slide it back, but someone has silicone these to the connector, so I may look into replacing these while we're here, because that's a no-go there. Golly. Even just pull them all up out of here. Anyways, typically I like to take all the coils out, lay them up here. Obviously these are glued together, whatever. All right, take our spark plug socket and our wrench and our extension. I like to do these by hand. You can do them with the impact taking them out. I highly suggest not doing the impact to reassemble it. But so yeah, these plugs are pretty old. It looks like it's a healthy motor though. And also, I've seen people in the past like number the coil packs and stuff. That's not relevant. They are all the same exact part. Same for the plugs. They're all the same thing. Just take them out, lay them in a pile, put them back in. All right. So we have our new plug here. So that's our new plug versus the old plug. So let's get it. All right, so installing them, I just like to put the plug back into my socket, ease it down into the hole till you feel it touch the head. Just start turning it slowly. Make sure you don't have any resistance starting it out. If you're starting it out and it's got resistance, that means it's cross threading, and that's not what you want. So once you start feeling it snug down, usually I just go about just a little smidge, about like so. You see I didn't go over the crazy there with it. And that's all you gotta do. This one's tight. And so if you pull that out, it's good to go. Also, I want to mention that these are pre-gapped, so there's no need to gap the plug if you're gonna run a stock application. All right, so again, just a little snug there, and good to go. And the important thing about using the spark plug socket for this is it actually holds the plug in, as opposed to if you had a regular 5/8 socket, it would just fall out. So that's the importance of the plug socket. Also, I like the magnetic socket because it actually, I've had some experiences like with older sockets that had the rubber in the socket, and the rubber would come out on the plug, like down in the tube. And that's really a no-go there. It makes it really difficult trying to get that rubber back out to where you don't have to worry about that with the magnetic socket. And again, those magnetic sockets are available at most auto parts stores. I actually got this one at AutoZone, so I'll put a link in the description for a magnetic socket if you need one. All right, so all those plugs are installed now. I don't know if y'all could see that or not, but they put like some Honda Bond on here or something to hold these together because the clips were broken. So we're gonna do what we can to patch this back together. I do recommend replacing those clips though if they're breaking on you. Most of the time you don't really have an issue with them causing them a misfire or something. You can put a zip tie around it, actually around the coil. You could go under it and then through the connector and it would hold it in there. All right, so we got all those back installed. Now our bolts that hold the cover on, they go on plug 2. All right, and the other one goes on plug 4. So anytime you're thinking about firing order or anything on these, it always comes from the front of the motor, which is where your timing side is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And on a Honda, in most imports, it's 1. The firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. You need to know that ever, but it doesn't really matter on these because, I mean, there's only one orientation that these plug wires can go in, or the coil packs. So again, all the coil packs themselves are identical to each other, so it's irrelevant as to which hole the actual coil pack goes in. All this matters is which wire. But the way Honda designed this, you can't put like the number 4 wire on the number 3. You know, you could try to get the number 3 on the 4, but then you'd have a harness hanging out down here at the end. So should be like a clue, you know. So anyways, I got those back on there now. Now we put our little cover back on. You can probably get away with not taking this power steering hose bracket off, but I like to do it just so I'm not fighting around it with the plug cover here. Alright, got our bolt started back with that. Alright, both of those back in. Put both these nuts back on. Snug them down. These don't have to be overly tight. I think the actual torque spec on them was like 9.7 foot-pounds. So if you're in the type that likes to torque everything, 9.7 foot-pounds on these. And I'll look up the torque spec for the spark plug if you'd like to torque it. But I mean, I've done a ton of spark plugs, and usually, like I said, all I do is just maybe do go like a quarter turn after you feel the initial resistance on it. So never had an issue with the plug coming out. And all right, guys, so there you have it. Now you can install new spark plugs into your 2004, 2008 Honda Accord or TSX or CRV, Element, RSX, all those. Okay. Again, should be a very similar process for all of them. The number of the spark plug may change ever so slightly. Again, here at the Honda Resource, all we recommend is NGK or Denso for any Honda. So thanks so much for checking out this episode. Again, if you need any OEM fluids, check out the website, hondaresource.com. And also, you can check me out for performance parts for your Honda. I have quite a few things over there for Honda performance-wise, and also got a little bit of merch over there. If you need any of the tools that you've seen in this video, I will put links in the description also for all of the tools that I used on this job. Thanks so much for checking out this episode, and I hope to see you on another one soon. Peace.